Hey guys, VGamersRV here, back with another video, and today I'm back with some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. In the last episode, we began our investigation in Turnabout Big Top to investigate whether or not Max truly murdered the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry. Obviously, we know he didn't do it because this is Ace Attorney and we always have the innocent ones. You know, we got lucky and we always get the clients that are always innocent, definitely. But we are here on our first trial date in the lobby, and Max seems to be nervous. He's doing card tricks again. Good morning, Max. In the last episode, I also presented heavy distaste for Max, and I still stand by my statement. Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. What? Why do you not have a shirt on? I just realized he doesn't have a shirt on. Huh? Okay, what? But why doesn't he have... You're not Timothy Chalamet. No, even Timothy Chalamet needs to put a shirt on. Put a shirt on, goddammit! You're in a courtroom. Put on a shirt. Look out, present yourself decently, please. No. We can't be having you fly around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. What is it this time, Max? No. No. I don't think that's how a courtroom works, buddy. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. No, we are not having anyone fly in the courtroom. Especially considering that Mo apparently witnessed Max fly away after killing the ringmaster. We're not having anyone fly. Oh, Francisco's back. Francisco. But now the case of one... What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximillion Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximillion Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that's to our advantage. Ms. Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. Really? You think? You think so, Nick? You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it's not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. Your dad literally lost twice. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now let's hurry up and wrap up this waste of time. Very well, you may call him your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. There's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. All right. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 7:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Ouch. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Let me look at the... I want to look at the autopsy real quick. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Okay, that's all it says. Nothing that we don't know. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, so for this you have to press every single one of Gumshoe's statements. Every single one of them. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. Snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Eh? What's the matter, Nick? Why don't you take a look at the court record? Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Alright, they were all practicing. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximillion Galactica and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. I think we saw that wristwatch in his little pile of stuff earlier, but that's not important right now. Next statement. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front grate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself, oh wait, yeah, plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? Okay, let's talk about this wooden box. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. About the wooden box, about the lock, or about the contents? About the contents. What was in there? Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. I mean, it's in the court record, so it's definitely more than what it seems like. Let's talk about this blunt object that snapped his neck. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The Police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we've wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Ms. Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up on the stand as well. I mean, yeah, Ben kinda can't speak without Trilo. Please state your name and occupation for the court. Excuse me. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe of yours must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Okay, yeah, we're not... A judge dressed up like a woman? I don't know what about that dude. That is not... Okay. It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Chillo, you know better than to insult the judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose! You think you have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance of swelling would help. You know that your nose is a reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes in their minds. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trill handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting... Ouch! You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. So yeah, Trillo's gonna be the one speaking, but obviously we know Trillo's just a puppet. It's really Ben. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean the clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How'd that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximillion Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, clothes, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during his practice. If the clown was the murderer, there'd be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Ms. Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. I didn't know that was a word. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Great, now my DS is red, bro. Literally yesterday my camera died, and today my DS is red. That's great. We need to press on... How can that punk not be the killer? There it is. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one bit suspicious character. There's more to the story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? No problems, no proof of that. It was Max. Ben only saw Max? That's the one to select here. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? I mean, he should have seen Russell Berry. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximillion Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move on with the testimony. Trullo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got conked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. And yes, you have to, no, not that one. But I don't care about this statement. This statement does not matter. 9/10 of what? This statement doesn't matter. What matters is... Oh, wait, I went the wrong way. That's why I was confused. Yes, this is the one that we have to press on. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around... I'd say about 30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Isn't it obvious? Regina Berry. Well, if it was waiting outside for the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Oh, the puppet kind of just blew up right there. What happened?
Objection!
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there's a high likelihood that he could have missed someone other than Max heading this... Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness is waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. All right, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Hey, don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time.
I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was! I was waiting to propose to her!
You were what? Waiting to propose?
Well, we kinda saw that coming. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
But the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. Ouch. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan's not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
Okay, I guess we're talking about Trilo's proposal.
Don't be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It's a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you were right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Moving on! Let's get to the cross-examination. Let's move on and go to the cross-examination, yeah? Yeah, okay. We have to press on this statement. I had something to give her. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
An engagement ring? Wow. Those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost everything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad, or push on anyway. Push on anyway! It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human... Ow!
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. It's got the point.
Plan on giving the engagement to Regina. Well, we have to, where is it? Yeah, I've still got it in my pocket. Present the ring that you found. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
Ah! That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Yeah, if y'all remember on that ring it says from T to R, from Trilo to Regina. What is going on here?
That's... Ben, say something!
Huh? Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault?
That fifthly monkey's gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats and... What? Well, Your Honor, monkey really is a monkey. Money really is a monkey. In every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well, then? Money likes to go after the shiniest thing that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night. The night of the crime.
What did you just say?
Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well,
I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ugh.
Ben, what's with you? Whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Triloquist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching monkey. Monkey money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be?
Ben doesn't exercise enough, or Ben's testimony has a flaw? Ben's testimony has a flaw. Now, you can't actually choose Ben doesn't exercise enough, but that's just a funny joke. There's a huge... Oh my god, my DS is literally about to die. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of all this, Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there's no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. It's true.
Objection!
Okay, I can't even get to see interesting Phoenix Wright.
Well then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Objection!
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't want to just get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night.
Ha! I've told you so many times you'd think you'd know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more.
Where there's one lie, there's usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah!
Alright, next testimony. Witnessing Max.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I was absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximillion Galactica at the crime scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, well, my DS is about to die, so let's hope I get through this, this first trial really quickly. What was it you have to press on? Good evening. You have to press on a good... There it is. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben, you got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Twist, I would prefer that if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the room.
Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know that better.
There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Nothing especially Trillo's evening greeting or Ben's half of the comedy act. Trillo's evening greeting. Isn't it a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers?
Well, it was simply being cordial to a co-worker I would understand. Ow, that hurt!
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trilla would ever say something that nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world. But I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I can give it a shot. Witness will resume his testimony. Oh god, no. There was a specific statement I need to press on. There it is, 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, how many times have you asked that question now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with the chorus. Everyone together now.
Oh, wow, even the courtroom got... Wow.
Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else.
There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work. Alright, back to good evening. You have to present... Yeah, you're presenting this time. You present the broken bottle. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting conked over the head.
Ah!
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery?
Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would go and say good evening to his rival.
Objection! Are you saying that this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He didn't see anyone, he saw the defendant, or he saw a different person. He saw a different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means that there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximillion Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You...
Would the defense kindly explain who it was that Trillo saw that evening then? Easy, he saw Russell Berry, the only other person who went to the plaza that day. Considering the ill-timed, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry. The victim himself, was it not?
You're correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. Oh boy. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximillion Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying who exactly that person was. Was it Maximillion Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols?
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone all together now. Ow! Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me.
What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximillion Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes!
I think we finally won a point in this one.
That is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but
What?
who that person was can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there was no one else other than Maximillion Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I'll request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Alright, so this trial is definitely getting split up into 2-1 and 2-2. Because my DS is dying, and also just because this has been going for, I think, 40 minutes now, so I think this is a good point to end it off. But, yes, I think you guys all can assume Mo the Clown is going to come testify in court next, but that is in the next episode. So, until then, I hope you guys have enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!